Hi, everybody. Mark Carey here. Glad to have you with us on this episode of Tech Talk for Old Dogs. You know, I asked a bunch of my friends on Facebook the other day, what kind of topics would you like for me to discuss on Tech Talk for Old Dogs? And what would you like for me to try and help folks with? And I got a comment back from several people that said, hey, look, my mom has a digital camera and she loves the camera. It takes beautiful pictures, but she doesn't know what to do with them. Is that you? Is that maybe you? Do you have a digital camera? Are you able to take photographs of family and friend and events and Christmas holidays? Maybe did you take some pictures over the holidays and you don't know what to do with them? Today, we're going to talk about what to do with digital photos. Very briefly, we're going to start with the very first episode telling you how to get the photos out of your camera and where to put them. Okay, so maybe you've got yourself a digital camera, and here's the front of the camera where the lens is. We all know which one's the front, I guess, by now. You've stopped taking pictures of your eyeball, haven't you? You figured that much out. Well, good. That's a start. If you figured out where on the camera you're supposed to point it and which part of the camera you're supposed to look through, if you've got a viewfinder, that's the first step in the right direction. The other thing is you've probably got this little screen on the back. And for a lot of you out there, that's how you're showing people your photographs. You want to show them a photograph? Well, you have to pop up that screen. And you know, that might not be so bad, really. I mean, popping up that screen and showing pictures to people is, as long as that's not the only way you have to do it. Showing people the pictures on the back of the screen, well, that means you've got to be right there with them, and they've got to be able to see it and find their glasses and all those things to be able to enjoy the photographs that you've taken that you're so proud of. Well, today we're going to show you how to get those photos out of your camera and onto your computer, and then how to share them with the world. Now, there are a lot of different kinds of cameras out there, and they all usually come, most little digital cameras, come with a cord. So if you still have the box your camera came in, try and find it. In the box, you'll have an owner's manual, and there could be a cord. Most cameras connect to your computer with what's called a USB cord. Now, here's a picture of a USB plug. This is on the side of a laptop or on your computer. You'll see a plug receptacle that looks like this. The end of a USB plug that goes in your computer looks like this, and the other end could look different depending upon which camera you have. There's usually a spot that it plugs in. That's one way to get your photos onto your computer. And if that's what you're going to do, if you're going to try to download them directly from the camera, you might want to follow the manufacturer's instructions. A lot of cameras come with special software, a disk that you need to install the software on your computer so that your computer can find the camera as a connected device and go out and get it. So in other words, you've got the photos, they're in your camera, and where are they in the camera? Where exactly are they inside that camera to begin with? Well, most of the time, your camera is going to have something in it that's called a memory card. That is a little piece of plastic that's inserted through a special door or a slot on your camera, and that's where the images are. They're not on film anymore. Remember how you used to have to rewind a camera way back in the old days? And then they came out with auto rewind cameras, and then cameras where the film was in a cartridge instead of having to be taken out in the darkness of your bedroom at nighttime in a closet somewhere. All of that's gone. Now your camera images are stored on a card, on a digital compact disc card of some sort of a compact flash or a memory stick or a scan disc, but a memory card, that's where your images in your camera are stored. You can get them out of the camera by using the USB cord, taking them directly to your computer, or you can also go the other route, which is to take the card and put it into a card reader. If you look over on the right side of my website, you'll see a link to Amazon.com, and there you'll have a memory card reader. They vary in price. I think the cheapest ones are around $14. You can get one all the way up to about $50. But you might want to consider getting a ScanDisk card reader. I would recommend you get one that fits either the specific camera you've got, or don't forget, one of these days you might get a new camera and it might have a different kind of card in it. Why not go ahead and buy the ScanDisk that actually will give you the opportunity to download any card that's out there, a universal card reader. It too connects with a USB cord directly to your computer. So in other words, if you've got a ScanDisk card reader and you want to connect it to your computer, it's going to connect the same way that you could have connected your camera. The only difference is that with the card reader, you're going to take the card itself and plug it into one of these slots and connect this little device to the computer with the USB cord, and it's going to read from this instead of reading from your camera. In any event, most of it is very self-explanatory, not hard to do, but we're going to tell you a couple little things to keep in mind when you're bringing the pictures out of your camera onto your computer. That's right. They're on that little card I showed you a minute ago. You can get them there through the USB cord directly from the camera or use a card reader. Either way you want to do it, it's going to go in through a USB slot. And that USB slot on the side of your laptop or your computer is going to let you take those digital images and put them in your computer. Now, here's a question a lot of people ask. What happens to the images? Are they gone from my camera? What if I screw up? What if I don't get them all in there? Have I lost them? I'm going to show you how to keep that from happening. If you'll remember from the first lesson that we had in basic computing, on your computer, somewhere down in the lower left-hand corner of the screen, you should see something that looks like this. It's a little start button. Then again, depending upon which kind of computer you have and which operating system you have, whether it's Windows Vista or Windows 7, you might have an image that looks more like this. This too is a start button. You're going to want to go down to your start button and take your mouse and push on the start button one time. And when you do, up should pop another little window. When you go down and push on the start button, up will pop a window that looks like this. On one side is going to be a bunch of the programs that are frequently being used on your computer. On the other side, there's going to be another little button that says computer, and that's going to tell you all the things on your computer. So now you've connected your camera, you've connected your USB wire, or you've connected your card reader and you've put the memory card out of your camera into it. And now you need to know, where do I find the pictures that are on my camera? We go down to the Start menu, and then we go up to Computer. And when we click on Computer, look what we get. We get a little list of all the different drives located on the computer. One of those drives is going to be either a removable drive, or it's going to be scan disk, or it's going to name your camera. You need to open that up. That is, just double click on it, and when you do, up will come the little box that has everything that's on the camera or being read from the card reader listed in it. This happens to be a different kind of drive, not a camera that I have connected, but I'm going to open up Photos, because in your card reader, when you open up, you go down to the Start button, you open up Computer. When you go to Computer, you double click on the drive that you know is the one you want to get into, your camera or your card reader, and there's going to be listed your photos. Now, this particular folder on this particular drive only has a few photos, the ones that I'm using today, for example. So I'm going to double click on that folder and open up the photos that I have stored in that folder. They're all in here. That would be the same as if they were coming off of the card in your camera or out of the card reader. You could see all the photos listed that are on the camera because the card's still in it, or on the card reader because you've taken the card out and put it into the card reader. Somehow or another, your camera, through that wire you've connected, is going to show you that these are the photos that are on your computer. What you need to do then is just simply click on one, click on another, click on another. See how they each change color? If I click on one and then hold down my Shift key, the Shift key, look down on your keyboard, the Shift key. Click on the first one, hold down the Shift key, and then click on the last one. Look what happens. They all turn blue. They all get highlighted. Then I'm going to have you take your right mouse button, not this one on this side, take your right mouse button while all of your pictures are highlighted. Taking your right mouse button while they're all highlighted, hold down the right mouse button and grab them. And watch, look, they all move. See how they're kind of moving and you don't know where they're moving? Grab it with your right mouse key and drag them all out. and move them right out here, right out onto your desktop someplace, and let them, and it says, do you want to move them here? If you do, you remove them from the card and put them on your computer, or do you want to copy them here? For the purposes of this lesson, let's just copy them here. And when you do, what's going to happen is all of those photos are going to get transferred to your desktop. And there they will all be sitting on your desktop waiting for you to do something with them next. Here's what I'm going to recommend that you do next. Once you get them off of the card, either out of the camera or off of the card reader, once you've connected it to the computer, you've gone down to your start button, you've clicked the start button, you've gone up to computer, you've clicked on the word computer. At that point, you've then opened up the drive, which identifies where the cards are, which is either your camera or the card reader. You've identified that on the screen. Then you've opened it up, found the photos, clicked on the first one, held down the shift key, clicked on the last one, used the right mouse key, and dragged them out of that folder to your desktop. Once you get them there, here's what I want you to do. Next thing I want you to do is take your right mouse button, click on your right mouse button, and when you do, after you've clicked the right mouse button, hold it down over here somewhere out in the middle of your desktop, some blank spot like this. Click with your right mouse button. Look what pops up. Up comes a new little box, and it says New. And well, I'm going to move it down a little bit so you can see it. New. And up comes the word Folder. Click on the word Folder. Now you have a new folder on your desktop that has the word New Folder under it. Do the same thing you did before. Click on the first picture, hold down the shift key, click on the last picture, and now they're all highlighted. All of those, that one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, all highlighted. Right mouse button again, drag them and drop them into that folder and say Move here, and watch this. Boom, they're gone. They're not on your desktop anymore. Now you've put them into a file. And there's a new file that you have just created that has all of your pictures in it. We're going to talk with you in the next episode about how to take those pictures out of that file, how to put them in a place where you can share them with family and friends very, very simply. That way you won't need to carry that camera around, and everybody won't have to fumble for their glasses to see all the great photos that you've taken over the holidays, on vacation, with family, friends, grandchildren, puppies, and kittens, and snowfall, and all the other great experiences of your life. We get to share it with each other. Hope you enjoyed this little lesson. Please come back and join us here at Tech Talk for Old Dogs. In the meantime, take care of yourself and each other, and God bless.